各位同学早安。Good morning, boys and girls. The previous class let us better know how to design Iron Man's outfit. In this class, it is more important to learn related design methods for future product form design. We'll talk about 3 approaches for predicting future lifestyles. After this class, you will be able to think about what may happen in the future. For example, you students will be able to design the features of the next generation Iron Man on your own. 同学们有能力可以自行思考，设计下一代钢铁人的外形。This topic is based on my original paper published in an international conference. If you need to know, here is the citation. You can also download the full text paper online. Before we start, please think about how you do future design in a reasonable way. If you do not have any future scenario or future imagination, it is very much difficult to have anything unusual, because ideas you come up with is usually you had seen or you had experienced before. That is, before doing future design, we need to have future perspectives or future stories. In this way, you can think creatively based on your future story. 所以这是很重要的，必须先有未来的想象，然后根据想象进行设计。If you are interested in this kind of studies, you can read the literature review about future prediction, future lifestyles, analogy, and analogical reasoning. In this class, we will introduce 3 approaches for predicting future lifestyles. They are analogical reasoning, time frame reasoning, and the causal relationship reasoning. In case that we do not understand these 3 categories here, I give you 3 examples for telling their difference. First, we can say the relation between boy and girl equals to man and woman. It is analogical reasoning. In the second example, when I say grandpa, daddy, son, and grandson, it is time frame reasoning. The third example is that the relation between envy and sin equals to steal and crime. It is causal relationship reasoning. Specific kind of reasoning you can apply when you think about future design. In the following slides, we will only discuss on time frame reasoning. This is the formula of time frame reasoning. There are 4 stages, including now, next, future, and ideal. Obviously, it is a time frame or time order. The left side is past, while the right side is future and beyond. Please understand that the 4 terms in the formula is adjustable. You can use any terms appropriate or whatever you need. For example, you can name them as numbers such as first, second, third, and fourth. Or alternatively, you can have AD years. It is very important to know how to use the formula for future thinking. Class, students, your attention please. Among the 4 terms in the formula, 3 of them must be known or defined. You can define them by yourself. The unknown is what you are going to predict. If you want to predict ideal design, the rest 3 terms must be defined. Similarly, if you want to predict future design, the rest 3 must be defined. Time frame reasoning can be used in these 2 different ways because sometimes it is easy to imagine ideal solutions rather than future ones. However, what exactly is known? Unfortunately, I cannot give you a standard answer. Whenever you do reasoning, you need to have sufficient information. This sufficiency is known. If your future design is complex, you need much information. If your future design is simple, you just need good photos to define your own. If your future design is simple, you just need to have good photos to define your known. Here, you can see an example of time frame reasoning with sufficient well-known information. Obviously, it is the progress of Iron Man, including 6 generations. For example, regarding Mark III, Tony has a yellow crane machine. This machine helps him to put on and take off his Iron Man suit. Class, please take a look at the bottom of this slide. The formula of time frame reasoning is listed from left to right. Here, I want to give you a very important remark. After using this formula for predicting future design, if your solution is not future, you can use it as a new start to repeat your thinking until you have something new, something future. In many cases, practice and repetition is required to have quality future design. I suppose you students had seen Iron Man movies before. You may be familiar with these different generations of Iron Man. Who can tell me what is the difference or progress between each 2 adjacent Iron Man suits? Okay, very good. Compared to Mark III, it is relatively easy for Tony to carry Mark V with him wherever he goes, right? In the previous slide, you students give several answers. These answers help you to answer the question in this page. What are the 2 features of the progress of the 6 Iron Man suits? Great, you are 100% correct. There are 2 features of how the 6 Iron Man suits progress. You may already notice that, first, the new generations of Iron Man suits are smaller and or lighter than the old ones. For example, Tony does not need to suit up Iron Man modules piece by piece by himself. Mark III is suited up and taken off by a yellow crane machine instead. Second, the new generations of Ironman suits are faster than the old ones. For example, Tony does not need to carry Mark 7 or Mark 42 because they fly to suit him up automatically and very fast. After you knew the two features, it is easier for you to think about the next generation of Ironman suit and its form design. Your homework this week is to answer this question mark here to generate a new Ironman. I show you two examples of future Ironman design I myself come up with. First, this one is assembled by dozens of modules. The modules can combine into several different types of Ironman, each with specific function. Some modules do not attach on body. They fly around for attack or protection purposes. Second, this Ironman suit can be put on several people for various purposes, such as attack, protection, escape, health check, etc. This is your homework this week. Please show your work in 2 pages of PPT. Please read it completely, and your sketch is required. Originally, I was so excited that you students will be able to compare your design to that in Ironman 4. However, unfortunately, you knew that Tony died in the end game. That is, no Ironman series anymore. Here, I just want to show you one student's practice of time frame reasoning. Obviously, the product is a mobile phone. This student proposed extended screen years ago. It is a bit smaller, similar to the folded screen now. It is another student's practice of time frame reasoning. She used this approach to predict hairstyle in 2020. This example is good for inspiring and entertaining you, but it is not a good example of student work. To summarize, there are 3 points you should remember. First, you must familiarize yourself with the formula of time frame reasoning, including now, next, future, and ideal. 也就是包含现在、下一代、未来以及理想这4个部分。Second, remember that you may not think in the way of time frame reasoning right away. That is, only practice can make your thinking better or more creatively. Third, you may already know that good photos will help you to think reasonably. Please have practice and photos as great as you can. 请记得要多练习，图片的选择也很重要。That is all about predicting future lifestyles. You can also use it to predict future product form. Okay, time's up. Thank you very much. If you have questions, I'll be here for you. 有问题的话可以提出来哦。See you next week. 我们下周见。